The Simon, Jeffrey, Dr. Chong, and all the Zainal, all the panelists and fellow Malaysians, 亲爱的马来西亚同胞，大家晚上好。I'm very impressed by tonight's response that shows the concern of not only the people of KK, people of Sabah, and of course we want, as Zainal has mentioned, all Malaysians to be concerned because it is definitely a national issue. The sovereignty of Sabah concerns the sovereignty of Malaysia. The interest of the people of Sabah must be the interest of Malaysia, because otherwise we will not be able to continue as a successful United Nations. Today's subject is RCI report, Hopes of Sabah, or Cries of Sabah. First of all, let me ask you, do you agree with the report of the RCI? No! Show your hand. Let's see, let's have a see those who agree with the report of the RCI. No, got the wrong, put out the wrong hand for the wrong cause. Alright, we do it once again. 支持, support, agree with the report of RCI, put up your hand. How can nobody, You are the only one. I'm the only one. Okay, those who agree, those who oppose, those who reject. 反对的，不接受的，请举手，举手。哇 ，very unanimous 啊 ，very unanimous. I think there's not. I think let me begin with this. For this, as you know, this is the report. Report, Commission of Inquiry of Immigrants on Sabah. I got another report. This is a report of 2006. Can you see from here? No. Report of the Royal Commission. Report of the Royal Commission to enhance the operation and management of the Royal Malaysian Police. That's the Police Royal Commission. That was established during last time. We're talking about the report. The report of the Royal Commission to enhance the operation and management of the Royal Malaysian Police. This one, report of the Commission Inquiry on Immigrants in Sabah. Is one of my left hand is the Royal Commission report. Is one of my right hand a Royal Commission report? No. Is it a Royal Commission report? No. It should be a Royal Commission report. It should be a Royal Commission report. But why? It's missing. It's missing on the cover page. It's now even missing in the references by government ministers to the report. Previously, even the Prime Minister, Dr. Sri Najib, talked about a Royal Commission of Inquiry. Now even the Prime Minister don't talk about RCI anymore. Why suddenly are they stripping the RCI of the, I call it the RCIIS, Royal Commission Inquiry into illegal immigrants in Sabah. Why suddenly they are trying to strip the RCIIS of its royal status? Because they find that the findings are not really palatable. The people find the findings unpalatable because it doesn't resolve anything. No solution, as Jeffrey has mentioned. No solution, as Jeffrey has mentioned. No solution. The hopes were so high. I don't think that ever in the history of Royal Commissions in Malaysia had the hopes of the people in Sabah have been so high. But when it came out, the disappointment was so deep. And they knew in the heart of hearts that it's not easy for the RCI report to be a bestseller. That is why they didn't allow Jimmy and Chad and Edwin and other NGOs, NGIs to get in. If they knew that this is a good report, they would have welcomed everybody. Please come, may even financial to come. Here they went on their own. Not allowed in. Why? And at that time, UMNO, BN, cyber troopers jammed the tweets. Even my Twitter was jammed with hundreds of these automatic messages. What? They knew it's fishy. That they do not want full attention focused on the RCI report. Although it is a lousy report. Probably they knew that it would be. They knew that it would be something that is going to make people react with disbelief. Malaysia kini says disbelief in Kota Kinabalu. I think it was disbelief in Sabah and people whole of Malaysia who are following the events. Why did the Prime Minister come to launch a report? He goes all over the world doing awful things, in particular the Rosmah. Why did he come to Sabah to launch a report? It's just his RCI report. Instead, not only the report was not signed by any of the commissioners, whereas this report, the report of the Royal Commission on the police was signed by the chairman. There was at least a forward by the chairman. Who was the chairman? Remember? The chairman of the Police Royal Commission report? Tun Zaidin, former Chief Justice. He signed. And as it should be. He signed off the report. Here, nothing at all. A total blank, correct. Here there was this report. It was launched by the Chief Secretary to the government, Tan Sri Dr. Ali Hamzah. The findings of the RCI on the illegal immigrants in Sabah showed that the illegal issuance of identification documents to foreigners was not politically motivated, but done by unscrupulous individuals and syndicates for monetary gain. I'm going to ask the person who is the real authority on the illegal immigrants in Sabah, Dr. Chong. Is that the report? Did the report say that? Did the report say that? I mean, it's a lousy report, but did the report say that the illegal immigrants was not politically motivated? He didn't say that. The Chief Secretary distorted the report. Or it was already the Royal Commission report was distorted enough, but the Chief Secretary didn't find it sufficiently distorted. He came and distorted it, and he said that nothing to do with politics. It's shocking, isn't it? And what did the Attorney General say? The one who kept him company, and who, as someone mentioned, a Sabahan, who should know better than anybody else the true situation in the state. What did he say? Attorney General Tan Sri Gani Patel, who was also present during the announcement of the RCI report, said he was made to understand. Sabahan, you know. Sabahan. He was made to understand. Understand what? That all the people with dubious ICs, all those the phantom illegal immigrants who have become voters and Malaysians through fake documentation. He was made to understand that all the people with dubious ICs have been purged from the electoral rolls. Is that correct? Have been purged, no more problem. All the voters are clean, pristine clean. Untrue, isn't it? So you have the Chief Secretary come in and the Attorney General, two top officers of the country, coming and tell untruth to the people of Sabah, to the people of Malaysia. And that is the background of this Royal Commission Inquiry report. Of course, the length of time, it was as a result of decades of pressure. We bring in Parliament, I also raised it in Parliament. Then decades decades, supposed to resolve a 40-year-old problem for Malaysia, which has changed the entire political demography in Sabah, the socio-economic security circumstances in Sabah, supposed to solve it once and for all. The pressure mounted on February the 8th, 2012, the cabinet finally took a decision to form the RCI. Then nothing happened for 6 months. Until Boburing quit, decided to quit and quitted. Then quickly they announced, in terms of reference, the members, and in September started his findings, his inquiries. Went on for a year, went over the 13th January elections, and Jeffrey is right, the whole thing was, of course, aimed at the time forthcoming January elections, because if, as I've said, and I repeat, if this report had been released before the 13th January election, Najib would not be the Prime Minister today. Right? And let me say that if elections is held in Sabah now, UMNO BN will fall. Right? Because it is so unacceptable. And he completed his work in the end of 2013. He was presented to the Yang di-Pertuan Agong on May the 14th. I know because I asked a question in Parliament. When was the report presented? I asked him in June. It was presented on 14th of May. Nothing heard about it for 6 months, although we continue question and ask, and Dr. Tom was asking also asked Stephen to ask. And then in November they announced, they're going to, Najib came to in the second week, in middle of November, to announce, the RCI report is going to be made public in early December, when Parliament would have ended. Of course, Senate is meeting, and nobody bothers about the Senate, neither here nor there. So the whole thing is just to avoid accountability. This concerns more than anything else Sabah. Of course, Malaysia. It concerns more than anything else Sabah. With such a report being made, whatever the contents, shouldn't the Sabah State Assembly meet in emergency session to discuss this report? Isn't it? Shouldn't it? That was the first thing. Hey, all right, the reason on the 3rd, on the 4th, you convene an emergency Sabah State Assembly. 1 week later, and let's discuss this, debate this, thrash it, praise it, whatever it is. But what is the Sabah State Assembly doing? What is the Sabah Chief Minister doing? Into the what? Into the, I don't know what committee it is, on Sabah illegal immigrants, together with Zahid Hamidi. Out of the blue here. Only on the day that the report was launched, we appeared that there's a working committee. Before that, nobody heard. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know what happened May the 14th for more than 6 months. They sat on it. They put it in cold storage. They just dump it somewhere. We don't know what happened. Then suddenly you had Najib coming to the PBS Congress and announcing Joseph Harris of Parliament as a chairman of the working committee, a committee up to now that's not been formed. Nobody knows who are the members of the committee. I don't think Joseph Harris knows. He doesn't know. He's the chairman of a non-existing committee, a phantom committee up to now. Even the main committee, I don't think has been formed. Who is going to appoint the working committee? Of course, the main committee. I presume the main committee. And the main committee has been formed. So this is just the latest in the merry-go-round, passing the buck. Sabah is showing the world has perfected a form of Tai Chi that had never been seen anywhere in the world. Thanks. totally unacceptable. And I don't think very many have gone through the report. It's the first time I heard from Zainal that there are 5,000 pages of other aspects of the report. There's another report, another Royal Commission inquiry. That is the infamous Lingam videotapes, remember? Lingam videotapes. You know that when it was made public, there were 4 volumes. First volume was on the report. I have it somewhere here, let me just a second here. First volume was the report, 191 pages. Second volume, notes of evidence, 1,187 pages. Third volume, statutory declarations, there will be exhibits and all that, 513 pages. Volume 4, various exhibits, 474 pages. So this Royal Commission inquiry, 2,365 pages made available to the public. And it should be. What has happened to this Royal Commission inquiry? A truncated, a purged, a triple version of it made public. What has happened to all the exhibits, all the notes of evidence, all the statutory declarations? I think we must demand that the full report, what we have is only, if it is 5,000 pages, it's not easy what? It's 368 pages. That will be about 8%, 7%. Only 7 or 8% of the report has been published. What is this? How much money has been spent? The people of Sabah, the people of Malaysia have the right to demand that the full report of the RCI, of the RCIIF be published. Well, then the first thing that Joseph Perry will do will be to demand that. Correct? Agree or not? Otherwise, why chairman for what? Also, I really don't know what he's capable of doing. What is capable of doing after all that he has done previously? What difference will it make? Actually, Jimmy is right. This is a lousy report. But at least, as Dr. Chong has said, there's something to go by. I would like to refer to you to the postscript. Everybody has look at others. Let's look at the postscript. You know what I said? Many people in Sabah seems to perceive the RCI as the be-all and end-all to the illegal immigrant problems confronting the state. With respect, they think this is a misconception and all that. Never mind. Anyway, we come on that. And he's talking about the need, about the backdrop of events and circumstances of the period when abuses and or illegal activities relating to the widespread issuance of Malaysian identification documents to immigrant foreigners were alleged to have occurred in the state of Sabah. This is something which the RCI was formed in order to find out one way or another, which it failed. And in that sense, Stephen is right. He has let the people of Sabah down. He has let the commissioners have let the people of Malaysia down. And he says it was a period in which syndicates and individuals aided by or in complicity with corrupt officials. And I can sympathize with Tan Sri. Now it is the civil servants who are the crooks, not the political masters. This is the first time I think in Malaysia where we can say that it is the civil servants or the crooks, the political masters are the saints. In complicity with corrupt officials, had taken advantage of a weakly institutionalized citizenship system compounded by the huge numbers of immigrants, foreigners for monetary gain. It was also a period which saw the emergence of an alleged project called Project IC with a corrosive political agenda.
Hello?
It is an alleged project. How can that be a corrosive political agenda? It must be a genuine project, isn't it? With alleged project with corrosive political agenda. In other words, the RCI knew that there was a Project IC, but I cannot say so. But I cannot say so. It is finding ways to say it. It cannot say so, but finding ways to say it. So here it says it is an alleged Project IC with a corrosive political agenda. So it's not just it's alleged because it has a corrosive damage to the country. In short, it was a period of heightened nefarious activities that have precipitated and accelerated the influx of illegal immigrants into the state. Sabah now suffers the cumulative spillover effects of that period. It's not just as Dr. Chong has mentioned, that there are illegal immigrants, there are people who have illegal documentation, who have been put on the roll, must be cleaned up, otherwise there will be serious repercussions. But it's a fact. So it is something, I think, of course you do not get the sympathy of the people of Sabah. The commissioners feeling to stand up at this hour, such a momentous moment, since they've been appointed as commissioners and not to dare to speak truth to power. They fail. In that aspect, they fail. And for that, I think they have to be judged by the people. But I think the question is, where do we go from here? And do we just let the matter rest as it is? Should we? Or it should be the beginning of a new demand, new struggle by the people of Sabah and Malaysia for a total solution to the problem of illegal immigrants in Sabah. Should it be? I think the first thing should be the people must understand what's in the RCIS report. And what's wrong with the RCIS report? They're trying to say something, but dare not say it. One of the commissioners says that no smoking gun. No smoking gun. You read the report, I find smoking guns. The question of the Project IC, I think is a very, very clear, blatant smoking gun with five or six national registration department admitting of the heinous crimes of falsification involving top political leaders. This is what the report has mentioned. But Hasna, Ibrahim, and others. And what did the RCI talk about Hasna? It would appear that Hasna Ibrahim had been quite consistent in his evidence. A witness of truth, a witness to be a credible witness, a consistent. In his testimony in the Likas election petition case, in the Parliamentary Select Committee on National Integrity, and now before the RCI. Since he's a witness in integrity, he must be believed, isn't it? The RCI should have said, oh yeah, we believe what he said. And he admitted, together with the other NRD officers, that they took part and helped in the political deception, in order to bring down PPS, in order to increase number of Muslim voters in Sabah. Why should civil servants make such admissions for political gain? Just for making some money, as Dr. Chong has mentioned, so ridiculous. Hardly any political gain. Hardly any political gain because in the first place, in the case of Raksani, 6,305 ICs involved. 167,000 ringgit, coming to as 28 ringgit per IC card. What type of political gain is that? 28 ringgit per IC, per post IC. Surely can make more than that. And then in the case of another one, Ramli Kamarudin, 1 million. Wow, big figure. But that is for 16,000 false ICs. It comes to 62 ringgit per false IC. Is it just for personal gain? And anything it? I think, and then of course you have the special branch officers being quoted in the inquiry to say that, well, when they nab them for and send them to the under ISA, that the method is for personal gain and nothing else. At that time, already they say it was personal gain and nothing else. And I'm sure that would have been what has been SP officers have been instructed to do. You take statements from them to justify that they are being in the locked up under ISA because of some political objections that have been raised, but keep it to just for political gain. And I'm sure they have been told, you'll sort this out, you go in for 1 or 2 years of rest, after that you'll come out. And one of them came out, and he's what? He's running, I think, isn't it? Who is the chairman of Toto? Yeah? Chairman of Toto. And who appointed him? Finance Ministry. So that nexus is still there. So, and so this is one example. These are the smoking guns. There's no reason why anybody would want to make such admissions unless of course they're speaking the truth. It is detrimental to their interests. So I think there must be I feel that this battle must continue. There must be a report on the RCI report. Do you agree? There must be a report on the RCI report. Why it is fail the people of Sabah? How ridiculous it has become? What are the issues that have failed to highlight? And what are the smoking gun emissions that have made? I think at least they have made that there's something to build on. Secondly, that we hope that we'll discuss it. How to get a group of patriotic nationalists, Sabahans and Malaysians come together to draft a report on the RCI report. We hope that this can be done in time for the March Parliament. And if necessary, I'm prepared to move a motion in Parliament for the adoption of the report on the RCI report and the rejection of the RCI report. And we hope and to demand that all the 5,000 pages must be made public, that there must be a full disclosure that this is important and critical. Finally, what did the Deputy Prime Minister say at the UMNO General Assembly? 2% of the votes shift, UMNO and BN will fall. Correct? 2% of UMNO of the votes shifted from UMNO and BN will fall. And unless they give proper accountability to the people of Sabah, the people of Malaysia, about this, the greatest treason committed in Malaysian history, of over a million illegal immigrants put on the books, I think we must ensure that this 2% of voter shift takes place, in particular in Sabah, to bring an end, because only an end of UMNO and BN rule can bring an end to this 40-year-old problem. Thank you very much.